Sorry, guys. I am here. It is 6 o'clock, and it is time to get into today's whatever it is. So, how is everybody this Friday? I hope you all are doing awesome. So, and that includes not only my subscribers, but anybody else that is out there. So, a few things before we get into today's live. First off, this is going to be one of two games that we're going to be doing over the next week. We're going to be doing today, we're doing Guess the Ecosystem, and then Tuesday, we're going to be doing Tuesday we are doing Game Day, Hibernate or Not, and then Friday, we're going to do History of Christmas Traditions, and we are covering 40 different possible traditions. And then on on January 2nd, we are doing, we are doing the history of New Year's Eve traditions, and then that next Tuesday, the 29th of December, we are doing the history of New Year's Eve traditions, and February 2nd, we're going to welcome the New Year's by having a chat. On the 5th of December, or on the 5th of January, we're going to be doing a Q&A. So be looking for that, because that's going to be fun. Maybe. If I actually get questions. So, that is something else I need to do. Again. So, give me a second. I need to send something out on Instagram. In a second here, we are going to get started. Sorry for the quiet. Okay, so I'm not going to wait any longer. I don't know what is going on, but I'm going to go ahead and get started because what's the fun in me just running my mouth? Guys, honestly, that gets a little old. So I'm going to pull 3 or 4 animals out of the box behind me. And your job is to guess what these animals are all about. So this is the first animal. As you can see, it is the moose. What habitat do you think moose most commonly live in? So the moose comes from basically the taiga, although they do live in coniferous forest throughout North America and through Asia or Eurasia. Clouded leopard. This guy is a clouded leopard. They come from Asia. What habitat do they come from? You know, put your answer in the comment section. Now, I have been talking with a friend of mine about doing prizes for this type of stuff, but I can't do that right now because I don't get enough people coming into lives to do that. And it wouldn't be anything big. So don't be thinking, oh, I'm going to get something huge. Not happening. Just something I'm considering. So, next up is this little guy. What habitat or ecosystem do platypuses live in? Think about it. Think long and hard about it. Okay. Oh, I forgot. The answer for this one is rainforest. And the answer for this one is maybe slow rivers and streams. Next up, we have the alligator. This is my alligator. I don't think I have another one. It is leucistic. What environment do they come from? This is the alligator, and it comes from North America. Their habitat is, do you know? It is freshwater bodies of water, whether that be swamps, rivers, lakes, ponds, and perhaps everything in between. Next up, we have the oryx, white-tailed deer, babirusa, and the reindeer. This so white-tailed deer could come from a variety of habitats, including but not limited to deciduous forest, the edges of deciduous forest anyway, reindeer. What habitat do reindeer come from? Reindeer come from the tundra, possibly taiga. What about the babirusa? Okay, Florida doesn't count. You can't give me a state. It's got to be an environment. So this is the Addicks, or not the Addicks, but this is the Oryx, and he can live in the desert or the plains of Africa. This is the babirusa, and the babirusa pig comes from Asia, and it is from the rainforest, actually. Guys, I want to make sure that I want to do things that are going to be fun for you guys. So if there's a chat that doesn't sound super, super fun, just let me know. And we will do something else. I want to hold off on doing any more because I don't know who's all in. Hello, please make sure we're saying hello. I forgot to do my stuff up at the top. I did that. If you can't see the chat or you can't see the chat window, look for a thing that says open an app in your browser or however you get in, and it'll say open an app. If you click on that, it'll open up YouTube and you'll be able to chat with me. So hopefully you can hear me. And then if you do click on that, you'll be able to participate in chat, if that's the issue. We're just taking a quick pause. What? Remember, if you can't see the chat, go ahead and click open an app if you're on your phone, and that will allow you to see the chat and participate, because I love the chat while we do things tonight. Also, we are going to be doing a Q&A on January 5th. So if you want to participate in that, leave your questions or comments, and I will answer them in chat while we're live. Also, I will not be answering questions in my videos starting this week, so that I actually have questions to do on the live on the 5th. I am taking a pause from doing the theme for today. If you have questions, feel free to throw them out. Well, not throw them out, but put them in chat so I can answer them. I do look forward to that. Fridays tend to be interesting because there's a lot of stuff going on and people have other plans and whatnot. Okay. Let's get back into today's live, shall we? I have a pretty good mix of animals. Next up, I have 4 more animals. The crocodile, the Przewalski's horse. I'm going to go with Canadian lynx and the okapi. We'll start with the Przewalski's horse. What ecosystem does the Przewalski's horse come from? The Przewalski's horse is from the grasslands of Asia. At one time, it would have expanded all the way into Europe. The crocodile, assuming it's a Nile crocodile, would be in the rivers and lakes. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta make a phone call. Hello. Oh, somebody's in chat. I thought that might help. Oh, this should be a good live because I'm talking to. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yay. I'll let you go. If I gotta exit. Bye-bye. Okay. So, time to get this show on the road. So, Okapi in your face. What habitat or ecosystem is the Okapi from? Is it rainforest or is it savanna? What do you think? They do come from Africa. They are not related to the zebra despite the stripes. The clue to who they are related to are these two little prongs on top of the head. What ecosystem do they come from? Is it the rainforest or is it they? You would think, being who they're related to, that they would come from the savannah, but in this case, they come from the oh, why didn't that? They actually come from the rainforest. They actually come from the rainforest of Africa. Not a lot there, but they do. So this one is the lynx, and I'm going with the Canadian lynx. Do they come from the taiga, which is the zone just below the basically it's coniferous forest, basically trees that are basically pine trees? It's okay. It's about learning. So, lynx, does it come from the taiga, tundra, or deciduous forest? Deciduous forest are basically what we have in this area, where the trees lose their leaves during the winter. So taiga, tundra, or us? Let you think about that. And I'm going to do a poll. By the way, if you don't know what a Q&A means, it's basically question and answer, where you get to throw your questions at me. Carol, think of this, okay? Large part of their diet is snowshoe hare, if that helps. If you just say yes and no, just click on the poll itself, and it should open it up. Okay. Losing my mind for a second there. Okay. So the links is going to be in the taiga. Taiga/tundra. More taiga than tundra. The crocodile. And this is going to be... I gotta make sure I... Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go with crocodile. We're gonna go with Nile crocodile. Freshwater or saltwater for the Nile crocodile? Remember, if you can't see chat, to look up on your phone and see if you see open an app, and that will allow you to see the chat. And I'm speaking to the choir. Okay. Well, yes, but not necessarily the Nile. They can live in other rivers besides the Nile, but yeah. Four more animals. They are the blue shark, the cheetah, the Komodo dragon, and the caiman. We are going to go with the cheetah. What habitat would the cheetah come from? Grasslands or forest? Where does the cheetah come from? Savanna grasslands or the forest? Yes, they come from the grasslands of Africa, all the way, at one time, all the way to India. The blue shark, open ocean or freshwater rivers? If you cannot see chat and you're just coming in, look for a sign that says open in app, and that will let you participate in chat. Today we are doing a little game where you're guessing the ecosystem of the animals that I'm showing off. I will give you two choices, one right, one wrong. Again, it is blue shark. Yes, ocean, open ocean. Woohoo! The caiman, freshwater rivers or estuaries, meaning where river and ocean meet. Also, I am going live after this at 7 o'clock on Instagram. And we are going to be talking about why we need zoos. Or are zoos even a good idea? So, that is our discussion on YouTube. It is rivers. I'm throwing animals out there that are not maybe well known, so again, that's okay. This is Komodo dragon. Island. An island isn't really an ecosystem. It's freshwater. So, Komodo dragon, a tropical island, grassland. So this one is hard. So does it live on an island or does it live on the continent of Asia? We'll do it that way. Island or continent of Asia? Yeah, because I knew that one was going to be hard. So, actually, not the Galapagos. The name is actually in its the name of the island is actually in their name. It's the Komodo Islands or Komodo Island because they can actually swim and they swim really well. So that is definitely a thing. Um, it's okay. That is perfectly okay. We have Andean condor. Give you a little side profile there. Yep, it's in Asia. This is the panda. The Indian rhino. Believe it's the Humboldt penguin. And gray wolf. And we are starting with the condor. Is it mountains or rainforest? Does the Andean condor live in mountains or does it live in rainforest? Yes, Andes Mountains. Next, we have the Humboldt penguin. Do they live in South America along the coast or do they live on islands closer to Antarctica? Off the coast of, I think it's Patagonia or Chile, or on islands off the coast of Antarctica. They're going to be found. They may live on islands, but primarily these guys are going to be living off the coast of like Patagonia or Chile. They're not a real cold hardy penguin, though yes, the waters that they live in may get cold, but they're a different type of penguin. This is the Indian rhino. Does this guy live in the Himalayas or does it live in the grasslands of Asia? A little bit of rhino butt. It is Himalayan mountains, or Asian grasslands. Yes. The timber wolf, coniferous forest, or the plains of North America? I think next week's is going to be harder. I don't know who you are. I wish I did. I'd say hello. Yes, coniferous forest. Mountain areas. The panda. Is it going to be living in a deciduous forest where the trees lose their leaves? Or is it going to be living more in like a coniferous forest with bamboo growing in it? Make sure that I'm not running my mouth here. Oh, okay. So let me rephrase that last question. Do pandas live in a temperate forest, or do they live in a more colder climate, like a taiga environment? Do pandas live in a temperate forest, or do they live in a taiga environment? Well, it's going to be that temperate forest Okay, we are down to 5 minutes. So I want to stop and I want to rehash what I talked about at the beginning of the video. Just so you guys know, and I know, I remember what's going on, because my mind is dealing with a lot right now, as is probably Carol's. And everybody else on the earth, for that matter. So today we did Guess the Ecosystem. A little bit hard in parts because some of the animals are not well known to everybody, or we don't think of their environments as being important. Some of these animals are what we call the cornerstone of their environment, meaning that they're super, super important for the ecosystem there. Predators are equally important because they help to weed out the sick or herbivores. Sort of population control, if you will. And that is exactly what they're designed to do. Next Tuesday, we are doing Hibernate or Not. So all of the animals that we will be looking at are animals that come from, are animals that hibernate. So it's going to be harder next week, I feel like, because some animals, we think they hibernate, when in truth they just go through a period of sleep. They just slow down. So that's going to be Tuesday. That Friday, December 22nd. Yeah. We are doing, if you were here for Thanksgiving, you know that we did a Thanksgiving traditions, the history of the feast, basically, where I talked about the history of the foods that we eat for Thanksgiving. For Christmas, we're not doing foods. We're going to be doing Christmas traditions. Everything from the Salvation Army bell ringers to the Macy Christmas Parade to hot cocoa and a few other things. So that'll be interesting. And then that Friday, or wait, no, the 29th of December, because we're not going live on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, we are going to be doing a history of New Year's Eve tradition. So if you have a New Year's tradition, let me know by typing it in the comments. The 2nd of New Year's, give you all a chance, if you drink, to get that out of your system. We are going to just chat. We're going to have a chat here on the channel and just enjoy it. On the 5th of January, we are doing a Q&A, so if you have questions or comments for me, leave them in the comment section. I will answer them. If you don't speak English and you want to participate, type the question in your language, and I will get back to you on that. Carol, are you joining me for Instagram? And we are going to be doing a zoo thing for that. Talking about, do we need zoos? If we get enough people coming into chat, I would like to start doing some type of gift when we do games. Maybe a contest. I don't know, something. Okay, anyway, this is over. In a few seconds, I'm going to be starting live on Instagram. If you want to be there, be there. If not, that's okay too. Talk to you later. Goodbyes.